Whoever needs to hear this needs to know that there's a very powerful force working overtime to make sure that you don't see something for what it really is, so you don't accept the truth. Because accepting this truth is the necessary next step into embracing the change and making your way towards a whole new beginning. What do we have at the foundation of the reading for Pisces? Eight of Cups. Pisces, that is your energy right at the foundation of the reading. And this energy is exactly what all of my downloads and visions have been for this particular reading. And given the fact that the Eight of Cups does represent your energy, we can see here that there is something that is most definitely trying to stop you from becoming a more empowered version of yourself and leaving whatever this is behind for good. The Eight of Cups is an energy of walking away. You've had another path presented to you by the divine so you can start moving in a new direction. But in order to do this, you also realize that there's some bridges that may need to be burned. And some of these bridges might not be with actual relationships in your everyday waking life, but they may also be with ideas, a mindset, things that you've always known, ways that you've always seen people or an individual. It's as if you've always had this idea of who somebody was. But right now, the universe is really trying to show you who they really are, because it's this that's going to allow you to graduate on to the new timeline. You know, some of the downloads that I've been receiving were connected directly to you looking back on past relationships with people and wondering what you may have been thinking. And it's in these moments that you realize how far you've come, how much you've grown. I feel that things that you were once attracted to, or things that you may have found interest in, are things that you now find highly suspect, is what I'm hearing, or they're just things that don't resonate with your soul anymore. Okay, I just heard they never resonated with your soul. It was all material in nature. It was all a part of a shallow way of interfacing with life. Now we can see how this can very much be connected to past romantic relationships. And they really seem to want to drive this example home because it allows everybody to understand where we're coming from with the messages in this reading. But it's as if somebody or even something that you once felt very connected to, you all of a sudden run into, or maybe you come across as you're browsing online, and there you are just sitting there in disbelief that you ever found any interest in this person, in this thing, whatever it may be. Okay, I'm actually hearing for some of you, could be connected to behavioral patterns or just a way you used to live your life, whether it's addictions or something of the like, big or small. And it's this perspective, it's this realization of how much you've grown that I feel is the final push that you need into this new beginning. I feel for quite a lot of you, the universe is going to make sure that you see someone from your past after not seeing them for a very long time. I'm hearing on social media, it's like you run across somebody and you're looking at this person, and you're like, what was I thinking? It's as if this person is really showing the world now who they always were. But the truth is, they were always doing that. However, because of your growth, you're just now seeing it. I also feel that quite a number of you out there are going one more deeper and actually doing some inner child healing as to why you have made some of the decisions you made in your past. What was it that programmed you to do that? I know this is something that I've certainly done, and this has been coming up in the past couple of readings, definitely in the Gemini and Sag reading. I spoke about this a little bit. It's also in the astrology, right? So we want to know why we've made some of the decisions we've made. And look, it's really not that difficult to uncover a lot of this. Most of the time, all we have to do is dig all the way back to our childhood, and we can think about some of the dynamics there and the way it set us out on a very specific path, and boom, we made the decisions we made, and they were all based on some sort of childhood influence. And that is okay. Most, if not every single person listening to this right now has dealt with some of this in one way or another in their own life. But the beautiful thing about all of this is that it's this realization, it's this perspective that you're having that allows for tremendous growth. It's as if you're finally able to sit down with the past version of yourself and give that past version of yourself a hug as a means to finally move on. You know, I actually find it to be very healthy when you can look back on certain times of your life in disbelief that you made some of the decisions you made. There's nothing wrong with this at all. In fact, if we can get into a practice of doing this, this would suggest that you're constantly working on evolving on a subconscious level, taking with you the idea of looking back at yourself as a means to see how far you've come, how much better your decision making is, how much more you are loving on yourself, which is allowing you to align with other energies that are actually in alignment with this loved up version of yourself. What do we have for the sacral, please? Ah, perfect. Death card, Scorpio energy at the sacral. And again, a perfect card to follow everything that we have just channeled through up until this point, because the death card is speaking about these massive changes that are unfolding in your life that are all a result of you reflecting back on the past. The Eight of Cups and the death card are really encouraging you to embrace the flow of change. I feel that over the next few months, especially around your relationships and your own personal identity, the universe is going to be encouraging you to let go of this rigidity sort of mindset that doesn't allow for growth. There's an energy here that wants you to adapt to the change that the universe is bringing into your life. Rather than creating resistance, you need to really flow with the changes that are unfolding, Pisces. And I also think that with this death card, which is Pluto Scorpio energy, there's a lot of old wounds that may be resurfacing that are actually influencing this transformation. Now is a perfect opportunity to release any sort of lingering emotions from past experiences. Forgiveness for yourself and others right now is the best tool to use to embrace all of this incredible change that's coming into your life. And this death card is at the sacral as well. So I feel that a lot of you are moving towards some sort of passionate new beginning. It could be in your career. It could be just some big life change. It could be a creative project. Whatever it is, all of this is preparing you for that. This is all necessary. Quite a lot of you have sent up prayers or been manifesting around this energy, and the universe has shown up now, and they're saying, okay, we got you, but this is what you need to do. And I just got a ringing in my right ear. So confirming what I'm saying here to be true, that the new beginning you're preparing to step into is requiring this letting go of any sort of energetic baggage that's creating drag inside your energy. I also feel that the eclipse did something to your guys' energy. This is all working in tandem with what I'm picking up here. It's like you have this need to start over, to start fresh. Now is the perfect time to really be letting go of any sort of unhealthy dependencies, whether it's financial, it could be emotional. Like I mentioned, it could be behavioral patterns. So all of this speaks about internal transformations. It's like the universe is beginning to interface with you much differently now, and in doing so, you're having this much clearer view of your reality and how you are showing up in the world. And I have the Sun and the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so there's an energy here of embracing change and not allowing yourself to be imprisoned or restricted by the everyday grind of how you once lived your life. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Perfect. Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the solar plexus. So this Ace of Wands, I feel, is really speaking about this newfound inspiration that is on the back end of all of this. All of this leads you to this Ace of Wands, right? This new beginning, this new project, this new career opportunity. just all of this enthusiasm now is building up right here at your solar plexus, which is allowing you to have more confidence, more drive, more get up and go is really what it comes down to, Pisces. And I'm also getting a message here surrounding your creative expression and healing. It's like the universe is encouraging you to really channel all of your emotions through your creative expression, whether it's art, music, writing, whatever it is you guys do out there. I just heard dance even for some people. This is how you're going to release all of this sort of stuck energy. And that's pretty much the perfect definition for the Ace of Wands in a reading like this. Taking all of this stuck energy and healing by way of your creative expression. And, you know, it's in those times, it's in those spaces that a lot of you are going to uncover a little blessing from the universe, I feel. You know, this is where I really think that miracles come from. It's when you're going through that intense healing process and allowing the universe to take you where the universe wants to take you without creating the resistance. The universe puts you through some sort of intense healing, and then you've got some incredible piece of art, or you've written something. There's something that you're now armed with that is a full expression of this healing that you can now impart on other people. You know, skies are the limit when you can look at healing from this perspective. Think about songs that have a tremendous impact on people that are written in some of those people's lowest times. So this is coming through for you here, Pisces, and it makes perfect sense with your energy, you being of the higher mind. I feel that you're really being given access to something really amazing and beautiful right now. So embrace this. Don't let this time pass you by. Don't look at your healing as some sort of big burden. Look at it as an opportunity to bring forward miracles into your life. And I'm not just saying this, Pisces. This is tried and true. This is also something that I have done, okay? I always like to tell you guys how some of these readings resonate with some things I've done on my path as well, because it allows me to actually confirm to you that I have personally seen this unfold before, which I think puts a little bit more weight behind it. I'm not just sitting here giving you empty promises. I'm delivering a message to you and also confirming to you, hey, you know, I've seen this happen before. I've done it. I've also seen other people do it too. So there's no reason why you can't also access this energy. But because of your free will, you need to have the willingness to put forth the effort to do it. Switch decks. What do we have at the heart, please? Perfect. Look at that. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the heart. And I love this King of Wands because right there we have the Ace of Wands, right? Ace of Wands. And the King of Wands is a very bold energy. This is somebody who goes out and takes what they want because they know that they are the right person for it. So literally follows what I just said. You have to have the willingness, right, to actually go out and get it. And I feel that the fact that they brought out this King of Wands after I said that is confirming to me that all you need to do is put forward the effort. Take action here. Harness this courage and charge after it, Pisces. Though you are a water sign, deeply empathic and emotionally driven in every way, shape, or form, this is one of these readings, Pisces, where you're being called to harness the fire energy from within. I just heard think like a Leo, think like an Aries, okay? This sort of get up and go energy. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Six of Wands, so Leo energy. Some sort of personal triumph is in the energy. And then Ace of Pentacles, right? They're just needing you to move down this path towards it. And they're going to hold on to this for you until you show up inside of that space. What do we have at the throat, please? Justice. Libra energy at the throat. So this isn't rocket science, Pisces. This is cause and effect. You put forth the effort and the drive, and you will see the results of this inspired action. The win is here for you, but you're really being encouraged to let go of whatever this thing is that is shackling you to the past. As we started to move away from this energy, I felt it holding on to you less and less, but now I feel it again here. This is one of these situations, Pisces, where you feel like you've moved on from something, and then all of a sudden you feel something pulling you back. And I actually think this is the reason for this message. The divine is trying to get you to actually see the truth about this energy, this person, whatever it is, because it's this perspective shift that you have around whatever this is that allows for you to break the chain. So again, it's like seeing somebody in a light that you never saw them in before and going, "Ugh, what was I thinking?" So I think the message there is, Pisces, don't create resistance. I'll give you an example. I'm somebody who tries to avoid at all costs looking into people that are no longer in my life. But recently, there was just something pulling on my energy. Something said, just look up this person. Just look up this person and take a look at what they're up to. And I was fighting it for a few weeks. I was like, I don't want to look up that person. I don't want to ever see that person ever again. I just don't want any sort of visual of them in my mind. But then finally, I got this message that I was creating resistance. So I decided to look up this person. And what I saw was shocking to me because it allowed me to gather a different opinion of this person. I really started to see how much I've grown. And I felt in that moment that my evolution was undeniable. But as I looked at this person, I couldn't help but think that they'd gone backwards, that they de-evolved. But needless to say, Pisces, I just really in that moment understood why the universe was wanting me to see what they showed me. It was because I needed to truly understand firsthand how far I've come and how much I have changed. So, Pisces, I just feel like something like this is taking place for a lot of you right now. It's like there's something the universe is going to bring across your path so you can understand how much you've grown. It's like this is the last step before you take the first step into the new beginning, right? Justice, Libra energy, the scales now tip by way of a perspective shift. That really says it all. The perspective shift by understanding how far you've come is what allows for the door to the new beginning to open up so you can step through. What do we have at the third eye? Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the third eye. So 2 aces on the table. Absolutely perfect card, again, to get following everything I said here, because the Ace of Cups is all about emotional strength. And for you, Pisces, that makes perfect sense. I'm hearing something about you moving forward with a much more stoic demeanor in areas of your life where you may have been once overwhelmed by emotion or felt disarmed, is what I heard. You will now start to feel more empowered. The universe is saying that you have navigated this journey with grace, Pisces, and they want you to make sure that you don't forget to take a little time out to actually celebrate how far you've come. This seems to be the overall tone of this entire reading. So maybe there's a lot of you out there that haven't been giving yourself the necessary credit. It's important to do this, even if it's just between you and yourself, right? Just giving yourself a little pat on the back, because it really solidifies the growth. It's much what a celebration is for anyway, right? It's to solidify just how much you have evolved. See, the old Pisces would have allowed individuals to drain you and make you feel emotionally exhausted. The old Pisces was an individual that was taken advantage of, was taken for granted, was left mentally and physically barren, which caused you to really be your own worst enemy, because it's in those moments that you start to feel blocked. There's something around being so numb that your emotions became incredibly repressed. See, I sometimes mention that the weapons that they'll form against you are weapons that are in direct opposition with your particular superpower. So you as a Pisces, you are the high priestess. Your superpower is your intuition, is the fact that you were born the closest to the divine in the zodiac wheel. So your life is going to be constructed with energies that are trying to take that away from you. And I think that this is what a lot of you have started to understand now. For example, I'm a Scorpio, and before I knew what I know now, my whole entire life I was surrounded by individuals that were stopping me from transforming and becoming the best version of myself, which is the Death card, Scorpio energy. It's all about transformation. The Death card is also the phoenix that rises out of its own ashes, the ashes of the past. So that's the energy that I was in direct opposition with. And then once I started to realize this, I quickly turned it all around, and then boom, it was almost like overnight. I went through a transformation. And this is for every one of the zodiac, okay? We have our shadow, and then we have the highest version of ourself. And a lot of the time, unfortunately, we're going to be surrounded by people that pull out that shadow side of us, that unhealed side of us. That's how they want us to live our life. They want us to be living in the past. They want us to think that all of our dreams and desires are just these unrealistic expectations, and we're never going to actually pull them off. What do we have at the crown, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the crown, please? Perfect. Unbelievable. 9 of Cups. Pisces, that is your energy at the crown. So we began on the 8 of Cups, and it's as if all of this energy here was in between you getting to the 9. And it makes perfect sense. It's like here you are walking away. It's like you're gutted. It's like you're holding your sacral and your solar plexus, right? Right here. I'm hearing something about a gutting sort of feeling that you have going through this transformative process, right? And that's very normal to feel that way. When spiritual cords break, they can make you feel very uneasy and give you this kind of gutting feeling. It's actually a part of the process, but it's as if the cord is cut. You go through the transformation. You begin to take some sort of inspired action here, which is all the result of you harnessing this self-confidence and regaining control over your life. Oh, I just heard for some of you for the first time ever. And you step into this King of Wands energy. You start pushing forward towards this vision, which causes the scales to tip in your favor. And then here you get the 9th cup from the divine for actually putting yourself first, following your higher guidance, right? You are of the higher mind. You are the high priestess, which brings through that 9th cup. And now here you are, 9 of Cups at the crown. And the 9 of Cups, this is an energy of abundance. It's also an energy of fulfillment. You're really just getting everything you want because this is actually the result of all of this work you've put in, right? It's like you have representatives of the divine. They're like, hey, Pisces, would you like this huge 3-course dinner here? And you're like, yes, I think I'll take a couple of morsels. Thank you. It just represents this energy of embrace coming through from the divine. You're being guarded. You're being protected. You're being, I heard, provided for. Okay, so in saying that, this is definitely an energy where you're being aligned with your true north. And when you're aligned with your true north, your path, your purpose, your mission, however you want to word that, as a means to fulfill your destiny, these things are essentially all connected. The divine will come through and provide for you everything you need to keep functioning inside of that space. And that's what I'm getting here with this 9 of Cups at the crown. Pisces, you're going to start really having a heightened sense of intuition. You need to really trust those gut feelings, okay? They're actually guiding you toward this path that is in alignment with your highest good. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the devil, Moloch, okay? Look, he's waving at you. Hi, Pisces, I see you. And then here's the star. So I read the star in its negative polarity. So The star here is really saying, hey, Pisces, go ahead and hand over that purpose. You're not going to be needing that, right? So exactly what we've been picking up here. This is all this energy that is working overtime to keep you stuck, because it knows, whether it's a person, place, thing, whatever it is, principality, it's just some sort of energy that knows that once you actually take control here, that's it. It's over. There's nothing that they can do moving forward to stop this from unfolding. And then right there, High Priestess, Dandelion, there's your energy. But that's the shadow side of it. So this energy here is trying to block your intuition. Everything I've been saying, right? It's trying to split you from actually understanding your divine guidance, breaking the connection between your higher self and your lower self. Whenever I see this card as well, it's like the devil on your shoulder, right? Facing off with a little angel on your shoulder. What do we have at the foundation, please? Four of Wands, Aries energy, person at the foundation of the reading. So this is coming out right underneath that Eight of Cups. That Eight of Cups is you withdrawing from whatever this is, whether it's something you're dealing with in the here and now, or whether it's something you're dealing with in regards to a past situation. It's going to be different for all of you. This Four of Wands here is, again, further emphasizing the fact that you're moving on from this. You're transitioning on from this energy. You're actually beginning to see very clearly how it created stagnation in your life. It created a lot of obstacles and delays. And given the fact that it's at the foundation, all of this energy is at the root chakra, the foundation, the stability of your life. So it's having a direct impact on the overall energy of your life. Every sector is being affected by this right now. What do we have at the sacral, please? Wow. When that happens, when I see the card and, the cluster of cards in the bottom of the deck, and then it comes out, it puts further impact behind that energy. Okay, so High Priestess, Dandelion. This energy is trying to break your connection to source. Your intuition, your superpower is under attack at this very moment, spiritually speaking. So that's why you have to trust your intuition, trust those gut feelings more than ever right now, Pisces. You need to trust yourself, because there's something that's trying to, I was going to say intercept, but it's not intercept. It's like there's a download coming through from the divine. Okay, reroute. Reroute the download so they can rewrite it and then send it to you. Interesting. Simply put, it's like somebody trying to tell you what your own intuition is trying to tell you. I mean, I don't know how somebody gets away with that, but I guess it just really depends on what your own set of circumstances is. Okay, I'm starting to get an example of what they mean by this. It's like you have somebody around you, some sort of influence, and you say to them, I know that in my gut, this is the decision that I need to make for my highest good. And they say to you, you don't know what you're talking about. Your gut's not telling you that. That's not going to work out for you. It's like somebody trying to play God in your life. And for those of you that are dealing with some sort of past situation, it's some sort of programming. It's something that you're dealing with on a mental level, some sort of behavioral pattern that you need to snap out of, something that it's like a lack mindset, something that you tell yourself, right? It's that little devil on your shoulder whispering in your ear. Okay, let's keep moving forward here. It's starting to get a little bit convoluted, so I just want to see what we get next, because we need to bring a bit of clarity on how to move here. What do we have, the solar plexus? Ten of Cups. Pisces energy. Yeah, this all has to do with external influence. Once you start to clear away any sort of influence, again, whether it's energetic cords connecting to the past, or whether it's individuals inside your life right now, it's as if when you're entertaining certain energies or behavioral patterns, that rerouting can take place because you're allowing those energies inside your auric field. It's like basically telling them that you want them to be there. So in saying all of that, you really need to take the power back here, Pisces. And again, this Ten of Cups stacked with the Ace of Wands is right there at that solar plexus position. So this is you really putting forward this inspired action. You know, it's starting to make sense now because the universe amplifies back into your life the way you're moving inside your everyday waking life. So if you have a very negative influence around you or say a negative mindset, then the universe just amplifies more of that back into your life because it thinks that's what you want. That's what you're okay being surrounded by, so to speak. So by self-empowering, putting in the necessary work to clear out those spaces, you're now requesting from the universe to protect you against all weapons that are formed against you. And all of that speaks about you getting on your path. See, once you get on your path, that's when no weapons that form against you shall prosper. If you're not on your path, if you're not putting any work into stepping into your mission, you're not protected from the weapons that form against you. The universe is going to allow those weapons to form against you to basically wake you up so you get on path so those weapons will no longer form against you. Capiche? Capiche. What do we have at the heart, please? Six of Swords, Aquarius energy at the heart. Yeah, there's very much two energies at play right now. It feels like the divine and the underworld. It's like they're tugging at you, right? The divine is trying to get you to self-empower, take that leap of faith, take that step towards this new beginning. And the underworld is trying to pull you back, trying to make you think that it's not worth all the effort. It's not going to make a difference. This energy wants to make you feel like you can't move on. Something here is holding on to you for dear life, Pisces. This is one of these energies where, well, like I mentioned earlier on in the reading, when I was surrounded by energies that wouldn't allow me to transform before I even really knew what that even meant, I was remaining in this lower vibrational version of myself. Then I started to come across information and the divine started to flood me with downloads, and I just really felt spirit come into my life and led me to uncovering all of this information, to self-empowerment. It's like the transformation practically felt like it was overnight. This is what it feels like here. This feels very close. It feels close yet so far away because all of this is connected to a decision that you make to not allow a certain energy to hold you back any further, whatever that represents for you. That decision or decisions feels almost impossible to make, which is what is creating this feeling of it being so close yet so far away. And then we get the Hermit, alchemy and transformation, Virgo energy. So in the case of this particular reading, Pisces, this Hermit is definitely the necessary action you need to take to be able to make this decision, however that resonates for you. Hermit being an energy of soul searching and just really following this inner guidance so you can seek some sort of understanding by way of introspection, right? It's also an energy of solitude. So this is really what a lot of you need to get into right now, this Hermit energy. This is what's going to allow you to make this decision. And, you know, to really simplify the Hermit energy, this can be seen as you just getting away, being by yourself for a little while so you can see what's what. Getting away from any sort of influential energies. That's the most important part about the Hermit. You want to make sure that the decisions you're making are decisions you're making based on the highest good of yourself, right? And in order to do that, you got to make sure that there's no distraction. There's nobody whispering some sort of self-doubt into your ear. You got to disconnect. So however that resonates for you, Pisces, I highly recommend that you take that advice here. It's going to start bringing all of this into focus. What do we have at the throat, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the throat? Oh, perfect. Unbelievable. Magician. The generous God. Spiritual wisdom and magic helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. A perfect card to get following this hermit. It's like you go into hermit mode and then you enter into communion with the divine, with source. They're really emphasizing the mental, the spiritual in this reading, Pisces. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because, again, you are of the higher mind. I'm hearing that you have to return to source to be able to understand what the next step in the game is. The game of life, your game of life. You come back as the magician. You have all 4 elements at your disposal: earth, air, fire, and water. And then with one final step, you turn these visions into reality and you wake up on the new timeline. That's what this feels like. You just wake up one day, you think back and you're like, oh my God, how did I get here? I feel like everything that you've experienced up until that moment during that crossover point was some sort of fading dream. And this is what timeline jumping is, Pisces. We always hear that thrown around in spiritual communities. I say it all the time. This is exactly what it is. Timeline jumping is sometimes one decision away. What do we have at the third eye, please? Perfect. Hangman. Pisces, that is your energy again. Nishael, the only god. Desire for knowledge. Protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. So now, as we can see very clearly, all weapons that form against you shall not prosper. And right as I said that, I got a very high-pitched ringing in my ear, okay? So notice how this is becoming very clear and very calm. And back here, it was just very convoluted and confusing. It was almost, it was like the messages were trying to be rerouted so I wouldn't be able to deliver it to you. But as we start to cross over into this supportive energy, see, these are negative polarities. These are positive polarities. These are the principalities. This is the support from the divine. So in my readings, typically right here, this energy is going to be representing the resistance that we're picking up inside your energy. And then we bridge it here, a negative to a positive, a demon to an angel, right? These are demons. These are angels. Further confirming this war. It's like a war for... I just heard a war for your mind and purpose. It's very important right now, Pisces, that you're starting to understand things from a higher perspective right now, because I feel that what they're trying to break you free of is trying to keep you in a lower-minded way of thinking, right? It's almost as if this energy here wants you to think that none of this is possible, that this is just all woohoo. Again, a direct attack on your superpower. Because the woohoo is your territory. And I obviously say that sarcastically, but I know that you all know what I mean. To not allow yourself to step into this energy here is nothing short than self-sacrifice, Pisces. Don't sacrifice yourself to the principalities or whatever this is here. Understand that this energy that is working overtime is the enemy, however that shows up for you. What do we have at the crown, please, to close out the reading? 9 of Wands, Sag energy, Ahasiya, God, the impenetrable secret, universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries. So, the 9 of Wands is an energy of creating boundaries, a perimeter with these energies, so you can actually push forward. It's also a very resilient, determined kind of energy. It's an energy that persists forward despite any of the setbacks that have been placed on your path. 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups. 99. I'm also hearing something about some energies trying to tell you that you're being paranoid or you're not seeing things for what they really are. But these are tactics that they're trying to use against you to affect your faith, okay? So just be aware that when it comes to you, Pisces, the enemy is always going to try and come for your connection with spirit, with source, with your creator. That's how they go about attempting to disarm you from the source. Pisces, this is the message I have available to all of you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Pisces. Take care.